So Nomikai Dallas is not taking follows unless they review your account first. So there must be some heavy-ass trolling that's going on that page right now to see if I'm a Vic supporter or not. However, in the meantime, the Weasel popped his head out again and fired off a piece of information I'm pretty sure we're all not happy to hear. But what else is new that comes out of his mouth that we don't want to hear? You know what I'm saying? So let me read it. It's always tough reading this guy's shit, too. Hello, everyone. Behind the scenes, everyone's planning away, and there are amazing announcements to come. However, I wanted to take a moment, though, to discuss recent controversies around Vic Mignogna. Since his departure from parts of the industry and numerous conventions around the country, things have not been pretty for the voice actors or conventions standing by the victims. There has been a daily and hourly onslaught against any voice actor who spoke out, and even constant attacks on some of those who stood up for them. I, of course, jumped head in, sometimes foolishly, into the back and forth. All the while, there were many voice actors who were just trying to push for a message of peace. Stop this idiot right there. Right there, absolutely not. False, idiot man, shut your mouth. I don't even want to read that. What the fuck is he talking about? What's the messages of, what messages of peace? Jean Schimmel calling us assholes and idiots? Monica Rial's boyfriend threatening Vic with violence? Christopher Sabat's homophobic comments on Twitter? Where's the messages of peace? Was I taught differently on how to perceive kindness? Foolishly again, I thought that if I could provide his fans hope for a future, that maybe it would all stop. It sounded good in my head at the time, but just wasn't. The idea was to have Vic make a statement about things, and then both sides work to end the constant daily harassment. Finally, when the air was no longer toxic, we could try to work on bringing him back, and even suggested Nomikai Dallas could be his first invite. Immediately, things got worse. I'm at times horrible at interviews and laying things out at times the way they should be said. Not only did the attacks against the voice actors continue, but it also targeted me and Nomikai Dallas. I'm just having trouble finding this idiot's in between here. Like, what's the middle ground for this type of situation? You make a sex allegation, there is no side. There's either you're right or you're wrong, and there's no settling of differences between a victim or a potential not victim, a person who's trying to fucking destroy a man's career. There's no. I would not be, if I was accused of sexual harassment and I didn't do it, I would not want any part of a middle ground with anybody who's fucking trying to sully my name like that. And in the opposite sense, if I was sexually assaulted, same thing. So where's the middle ground here, man? This guy Shane is, I don't know what the hell his problem is. He's like an idiot. He wants to find a middle ground and have everybody settle their differences, yet they're not inviting him to cons. They're not giving him a chance anyway. They're not giving Vic a chance anyway to clear the air. Vic is the only guy that you should be concerned with. It's not about angry fans who are threatening you and all that other stuff. You don't punish the guy who's because he's not responsible for that. You're responsible for making that sex allegation. If we're supportive, we're supportive. We have a voice. Don't punish Vic for that if he is the quote-unquote victim. If you care about Vic, not about his fans attacking you. Because you're not supposed to hold Vic responsible for that. It was just a bad idea, and a definite one of my larger mistakes in life. I don't know about that. You getting your position right now, you applying for that probably was your biggest. Or eating food. Not only was I foolish for thinking it could work, but also disrespectful to many of the victims, of which some are close friends. Victims. He's talking as if it happened. Right there. Sometimes you can really just spot it. You can just spot it in their text. And I mean, like, I was watching the interview when he was talking to Rakita Law, and to be honest with you, he seemed like he really supported Vic, or at least he wanted to try to get Vic back. But right here proves it, especially there. He believes he did it. Maybe he wants to get him back, but he believes he did it. I feel like he's still sort of wrong there. Let me just finish reading. This is making me sick. There was never a chance that I could be the right person or voice for peace. Well, considering his stance, yeah. But if he truly supported Vic, he could have been a much more important voice than us just typing on Twitter when you think about it. I personally stand behind the victims and... Oh, he stands behind the victims? No fucking way. And will defend them any chance I get. Quite often daily. So for anyone wondering, no. Vic will not be invited to Nomikai Dallas in the future. Things are changing rapidly in the world, and it will get worse before it could get better. It can be hard to stand up for the things you know you believe in, and weak moments occur. I thank those who are always there to remind me of that. And then, a friend said to me recently that what we created here... Oh, I don't give a shit about the rest of this. No, thank you, Shane. Thank you. For absolutely nothing. So let me get this straight. Vic's not allowed to come to the con because his fans are outraged and they're attacking you and Funimation, everybody, based off of these allegations. Is that it? Is that the case? But why is it that... So we're getting punished because we're defending Vic because we want to see evidence before you chastise a man, right? We're getting punished and Vic is getting punished as well. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't understand what Vic has done up until the getting the lawyer thing, which is understandable, by the way. I haven't seen one thing he's done to you or Funimation. Nothing. And he's not taking you to court despite you. He's taking you to court to clear his name. So I really just don't understand what the reason is for him not being allowed at the con. If it's about the fans being outraged, I think Vic coming is the best way to not enrage the fans. It's getting ridiculous. I'm hearing things about how they're going to kick people out whenever someone mentions Vic. You can't taboo Vic. You can't control people like that. It makes no sense. You're just going to make us hate you more. You don't want to piss off your audience. Funimation is going down the shumps, people, and it's because they're dictators. They want to dictate who you like, who you don't like. Sounds like WWE. So I just don't understand what his point is. The middle ground thing. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about with that. What is he talking about with the meet in between? How are you gonna meet in between? You think the girl who was sexually assaulted or the man who was accused of being a sexual deviant is gonna find a way in between? You know, to be honest with you, Vic might forgive. He's the kind of guy where I could see maybe forgiving people. So yeah, but in all honesty, there's no proof that he's done it or didn't do it. You can't be mad at fans for that. You can't be mad at fans for assuming he's innocent. You don't want to assume that people are rapists and sexual, deviants and all that other stuff. You don't want to assume that. Pedophiles too. You don't want to assume any of these people are these things that other people are claiming. Which is why it's understandable for you to believe in that. And that, to be honest with you, if you believe in him being that kind of person, unless you have an experience, I guess I understand it. But if you went through it, you have to show evidence that you went through it. There can't be any he says, she says type of things and you destroy somebody, or I'm supposed to automatically think of this person as this just based off of what you say happened. It's common sense. So the fans you should not punish the fans. You should not be mad at the fans. It doesn't even matter if you know him more. If you can't find proof, that's tough titty. Anyways, that's my take on this. This guy is an idiot. He's a moron. I knew he was going to fucking do this. I knew he was going to just back out of what he said he was going to do in that stream earlier. He's a snake. He's a weasel. Any tweet he has, just bombard him with insults and tell him to fuck off. That's all I can say. Because I had it up to here with that asshole. That guy's a moron. And I'm just done with that. Funimation is just in the shumps. They're proven time and time again that they're just full of idiots. And they're just biased. And that's just all it is to it. And it is what it is. But as long as we can see that, don't support anything that the dubs give you. Don't. It's going to kill me because I grew up with the dub. Just don't. Just don't do it until we get justice. Anyways, I'm Irving Lance. Like if you like, dislike if you have no thumbs. Kill the subscribe button. And yes, later.